Hello guys, welcome to the channel, Bob here, and we're back with another Fallout 4 video today. I'm going to try not to spoil stuff again. I haven't been purposely not been doing any missions and stuff, apart from one maybe, which I warned you about first, because I'm when I play these kind of games, I'm more about the environment and what's going on around me. That's the kind of thing that I love. And this game's got a ton of that sort of stuff, so I'm trying to cover as much as I can. And today I'm actually on the Boston Common. We're in the city of Boston, I'm assuming, and this is a common. Now, what's interesting about this is that these things, we'll read that note later. This is actually a real common, and some of the landmarks are real landmarks in Boston, and I thought that was really, really interesting. I've never been to Boston, but obviously I understand the significance of Boston, to do with Civil War, that kind of thing. Not something that I'm particularly proud of as a as a Brit or an Englishman. Yeah, we've not been the best down the centuries, and that whole kind of imperial empire kind of nonsense. I hate all that tripe. So, but I thought this would be quite good. I thought this would be quite good to do a video of, so we can try and see if we can see as many landmarks as we can. Now, I've got the Boston Freedom Trail up in front of me on the interwebs. And we'll see if we can find some of the things. We might be able to, and then what we'll do, maybe we'll zip around the map to look at a couple of other interesting places that I've found so far. So this is Boston Common, and apparently this is the oldest park in the United States. 1634 is a date it was created, and apparently these I'm not 100% sure, but I'm sure I've heard or read somewhere that these swans are quite famous in the park on this lake. And you can go out on the lake and have a little sail. I'm assuming that the fact that they've got boats here maybe means that the park is bigger than this, and this is not to scale by any stretch of the imagination. So yeah, we'll assume it's much bigger than this, and they've just scaled it down. Now the trail starts here, Boston, the Freedom Trail, Boston, and this red pathway is actually in Boston. It's actually real, this is actually in Boston. You can follow this trail. I think the trail is 2.5 miles long from what I read. Please correct me if I'm wrong. It'd be interesting to see how long the game one is. We'll see. That might be quite interesting. There's a lovely fountain here. Again, I'm not sure of the significance of the fountain. I'm not sure if it's mentioned on the it doesn't seem to be mentioned on the trail here, but that's fine. There we go. That's lovely. We do have a robot here, tour bot. I'm assuming that's not in Boston at this moment, but maybe one day in the future. So let's follow the trail. As I said, we're on the common. It does mention the subway station, Park Street subway station, and that is here. That is actually really here, and it's a real thing. Let's carry on following the trail. I hope this kind of goes on for quite some time and takes in some of the sites. Now, the Massachusetts State House is the first. There we go. It's the first landmark, and there seems to be a little sign over here. This is a new State House. Okay, that's interesting. So it must be an old State House. I wonder if we'll come across that. We may well do. We'll have to see. It seems as though this. It says here that this is. The original dome was constructed of wood, shingles, and covered in copper. Okay. On the internet here, it says that the dome was actually 23 carats. Have a look. Gilded in 23 carat gold. So that's interesting. I wonder if that is. I wonder if we'll see the old one. And which one this is. Does that seem kind of coppery to you, or gold? I'm not 100% sure. But this is the old State House. It's the oldest continually running state capitol building in America. And that's awesome. I'm assuming we can go in, but we're not going to. Yes, we can. But I won't go in. I don't want to spoil anything for you, even though I'm spoiling stuff. So, let's follow the trail. It seems though the trail is going back on itself here. Let's put our gun away. And the next stop is, what have we got? Shows, okay, walk back across the street and you'll be at the Robert Gould Shaw Memorial. Okay. Walk back across the street, which Walk back across the street, which I'm... Oh, is that here? Okay, I'm not sure. The real trail, the next stop, is the Robert Gould Shaw Memorial. And it says, walk back across the street and you'll be at the memorial. Maybe this is the memorial here. And there are a couple of benches, although there are no words to state if it is or not. This particular thing here. But that could possibly be, couldn't it? It's just across the street, it says. Okay, that's interesting. So that might well be it. Okay. So follow the trail back onto the common, which we've done. The next location is the Park Street Church. That's interesting. And that must be here. Oh, yeah. Look at that. That's an interesting building. I'm assuming, I mean, that's... I do love that. I mean, it feels very Gothic to me. I do love the old Gothic buildings. That's beautiful, yeah. I'm assuming it's modelled after a real church. The trail goes on that way. But I've just been in here. I've tried to clear out some monsters around the area before we did the trail. And we've got Franklin. Let's see if it says anything about Franklin. Nothing. No, it says the church. Church created in 1809. And it's the first Sunday school in the United States, 1818. Interesting. So it's just on the other side of... here we go. Okay, so yeah, so we're now in the Granary Burial Grounds. We're free signers of the Declaration of Independence rest, which is awesome. Oh, and the parents and siblings of Benjamin Franklin. So it's not actually Benjamin Franklin by the looks of things. It's siblings and parents. I want to come to Boston now. I would love this. One of the things I love about visiting anywhere is just wandering around looking at stuff, particularly big cities. Maybe it's coming from London, but yeah, that's awesome. Anyway, let's carry on up the trail. The Granary Burial Ground we've done. The trail still seems to be going. The next stop on the official trail is the King's Chapel. And I would love to, I would love to see that. I really hope we don't miss it. I just heard some super mutants, which we can't really do much about. Oh, okay. Right, okay guys, we'll just deal with this. Where are you, super mutant? There we go. Is he dead? I think Dogmeat was kind of trying to deal with him. This is annoying. You know what I probably should have done? I should have just done the trail first, shouldn't I? And then we would have been. It would have been free. But that's fine. No problem. We get these interruptions. But what we're looking for now, we're looking for the King's Chapel. I really want to find that because that sounds awesome. Where's the trail? The trail is here. It goes up this section here. And then it goes, the trail seems to go over there. So they are keeping the trail going, and I definitely want to see this King's Chapel, because I imagine that's going to be a really interesting looking landmark. Although I don't see anything that obviously looks like a chapel. There's the trail. Aha! Aha! Oh, this is the old State House. Okay. 1713. Okay. The oldest public building in Boston. John Adams said the child independence was born. Okay. So we've seen the old and the new State House. That's pretty awesome, actually. The old State House comes quite a way down the list there. So I'm just going to let's go back and see if we can see if that King's Chapel is actually here. Maybe it's not. I can't see anything that obviously looks like a chapel. That doesn't. Not that the trail goes up there anyway. Let's come back here. It says the chapel is on the corner of Tremont and School Street. It's a stone church. Okay. So I wonder, is that... No, that's definitely the Park Street Church, isn't it? Because the granary building, granary burial ground is right next to it. Okay, guys. Well, it doesn't appear as though there's a church here that I can see. But if I have missed it, then please point it out to me. I will come back. There's no obvious church building here, is there? What about that? No. There is a building. There's a building overhead. That's not going to be anything, I don't think, particularly. But we have found... Oh, here we go. Freedom Trail marker. Okay, but we have found the old State House. That's pretty cool. Now, is that where it stopped? It's painted to go this way. Oh, we've got some doggies. Let's deal with these guys. Oh, wowzer. Got a fair few hit points. God damn you, wild mongrel. Or vicious mongrel, I should say. Of course, I've never been to Boston, but again, I'm going to assume maybe I've got wild mongrels running around the streets. I've got no idea, but I'm going to assume that's not the case. I think the trail may have ended there. That's a shame. Oh no! Look, here it is. We've reached the old corner bookstore, and that is actually on the trail. More super mutants ahead. That's annoying. The trail seems to be, there seems to be a lot of super mutants along this trail. So this is the old corner bookstore. It was originally built as an apothecary after the devastating Great Fire of 1711. Home of the leading American publisher Ticknor and Fields. They published the works of such luminaries as Charles Dickens. Oh, cool. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Nathaniel Hawthorne, Henry Wadsworth, Longfellow. Okay. We found another... Whoops. Oh, god damn you, feral stalker thing. Okay. Right. Let's stim pack up. Okay, so we found another location. This is the old corner bookstore. Awesome. We did what which direction did we go? Oh, god damn it. Oh, I've been grenaded. Oops. I think they blew themselves up there, did they not? I'm sorry, dog. He just keeps walking into the grenades. Oh, we could die here. No, we just avoided it. I'm not sure if we're coming into a high level section, but normally I take very little damage. I've got tons of damage reduction traits and things. Don't worry, dog. I'm coming for you. Almost there. There we go. Right, so let's get back to the trail. So there's the bookstore. The trail, we came over here. Now the bookstore is quite a long way along the trail, so I just want to make sure that we haven't missed anything. There's a Boston Latin school. That would be cool to find, but it doesn't seem to be here. No. So that's essentially just taking us back to the old State House there. There's a great building there, which looks really interesting. And a big tower over the back there. Maybe we will go and investigate those shortly. let's carry on this way. The trail does appear to be going on, so we will carry on going. There's a bookstore. Here we go. Now that looks like an interesting building right there. Oops. Remember what I said, shoot for the legs. It's always the best way. Oh, that's annoying because the trail does go on here and there are super mutants, so we're going to need to... Okay, we've got a little houndy coming up the stairs. There we go. Look at that ugly swine. Oof. Okay, we've got some... Let's do an F5. Ouch. Got our legs again. Ouch. Okay. So we're really having to fight our way along. Fight our way along the... Oh, he just keeps throwing grenades. It sounded like something's going to go off there, but I don't know what it was, which is annoying. Oh, we died. Well, we did just save it then, didn't we? So, we'll carry on. I keep trying to press sprint, and I press... And I press kind of sneak, which is slightly annoying. Let's do this fight as I would normally. Sorry guys. Super mutant, so what can you do, huh? Now was it this guy shooting stuff? It was one of these guys, wasn't it? What grenades do we have? We've got... Let's equip some grenades. Okay, one dude down. Who's the rocket launcher guy? I'm not using... keep missing him. I think they must have blown up a couple of their friends there, by looks of things. And these guys are being most annoying. There's a headshot. How's that? How's that? How'd you like them apples? Eek. Broken arms. This costs us an awful lot in stim packs, isn't it? Okay, that's one more down. This building looks like it should be pretty good. What I noticed with shooting is the bullets generally don't travel through stuff, so if it looks like there's like a fence in the way, that's going through there, but sometimes it looks like it should go through and it just doesn't happen. Okay, thank you, Reaver. Okay, let's change. Let's change again. There we go. So the trail carries on here, as we can see. A fragmentation grenade, we'll take that. Fanuil Hall. I'm not sure if I got that right. That could be a terrible pronunciation. Let's have a read of the sign, if we're able. Here we go. Donated to the city of Boston in 1742 by French merchant Peter Fanuil. Whatever the French pronunciation is. It was a commercial hub in colonial Massachusetts. Oh, great. Revolution. Protests against the British sugar and stamp acts that began here led to the doctrine of no attention about representation. Cool. Okay. There we go. Another landmark ticked off, and the trail goes on. There are some more mutants up there, but let's see if we can avoid them by going along the trail. Oh, this is awesome. I mean, this is really good. I mean, it's really good that they put this in the game.
Oh, what's that?
Oh, goddamn grenades. Hate them. Thanks, dog. I've got the trait when dog grabs someone, it's easier to shoot someone, shoot them in bats, basically. Now, I guess this is the back of the building we've just come from. Is that combat over? I hope so. The trail goes on. And what a trail it's been. It's been a trail and a half. Make sure we don't miss any buildings. All the buildings we've seen so far on the trail seem to have a signpost, which is good. That means that hopefully we won't miss anything obvious. The trail, someone's actually marked the trail in with blood or paint. Maybe I'm just being a bit a subway station. Oh, okay. That's weird. We don't want to do that for the moment. So this is the north end. And this seems to have covered a fair amount of stuff on the list. Yeah, it does carry on going. It's McFadden's Boxing Gym. Ah, on the west side. I'm trying to make sure that we don't miss any signposts. The trail is still going. I wonder if it will come around. We'll go around in a corner. This building looks interesting. Oh god, loads of brutes, loads of hounds I should say. If I cripple what I'm fighting, I normally come straight out of that. Just to get my EP recharging again. Okay. Aha! Built in 1680, this wooden building is the oldest structure in all of Boston. In 1770, this home was bought by the famed patriot Paul Revere. 16 children! And they say family's too big nowadays. 16 children. Holy smoke. Any little... he was a Mentats taker, old Paul. So that's clear. Oh, not a huge house, but interesting. Again, we found another location. That's brilliant. And the trail goes on. I'm having a great time, guys. I hope you are. You're kind of... I know you're getting to see quite a lot of the game. Well, quite a lot of Boston. You haven't played the game. It might be quite annoying. But I just love doing this kind of stuff. It's just amazing. Look at that. Beautiful landscape. Lovely evening. Well, in an apocalyptic way. Let's carry on up the trail. Now there's a statue and there's another building with a light outside here. The trail goes around the Old North Church. Okay. Ah, there's Paul Revere. Paul Revere. He actually got his own statue. That's awesome. The Old North Church. The Old North Church is the oldest standing church in Boston. 191 foot tall steeple also makes it the tallest church in Boston. Wow. I want to come to Boston. Sounds great. Although I can't find its steeple. Ah, there we go. Is that its steeple around the back? We've got to see the steeple. It's part of the tour. There we go. And there's a light on in the top as well. Lovely. There's a moon there. Look, see what a lovely... let's get rid of a gun. What a lovely view. It's weird. The fact there's a light on inside at the top there. The door around the back was boarded up, so we can go inside. Okay. Huh? Well, I'm not going to. I'll come back and do the. I'll leave that for you guys to do. I'll come back and do the tour again, and go in all the buildings and stuff, and no doubt have to clear them out of ne'er-do-wellers.
1R. Trail ends right at the church.
Okay. Well, I think that must be the end of the trail then. Got the end of the trail, guys. That was a Boston Freedom Trail, which was it's really awesome. I really enjoyed that. That was really good. I'll have to go back and kind of check out all the buildings again, and go inside them and probably clear them out, because that's the right thing to do, isn't it? That's the right and proper thing to do. Clear these buildings out of foul super mutants and raider scum. Now, there are a couple of other the thing is, as I said, I don't know a huge amount about Boston. There are a couple of other locations that I can point out to you, and I think I'll do that now. We will travel to a rather dangerous part of the map. The eastern side. I foolishly wasn't really aware that the eastern side of the map is, and the eastern and southern eastern is some of the most dangerous. So yeah, it was a bit of a surprise. I have cleared out quite a lot of stuff, but what I need to do is head back over to the west, and go further down that side. I think probably, as you can see, it's a massive map with loads of stuff on. I wish I knew more about Boston now, because I would take you to different places. But a place that I do know is a real place is Salem, which I actually think where the witch trials were, weren't they, in Salem? And there is a museum of witchcraft, which is awesome. We will go and look at that. Look at that! How amazing is that? I can hear a fight going on somewhere. But that's great. The Museum of Witchcraft. Absolutely love that. That is really, really good. And Salem is around here. I think this is Salem that we're in now, or part of it. There is a graveyard for the church. Let's head around the side. Here we go. And you do come up. Oh, look at that lovely misty scene. You do come across a little quest here, but I won't spoil that for you. There's the back. But yeah, that's the Museum of Witchcraft in Salem. I really hope this is a real thing. As I said, I didn't, this particular one I haven't checked, but there's got to be a Museum of Witchcraft in Salem, isn't there? It just makes complete sense. Let's have a look and see what else I can show you. The only problem is I think a lot of these things are probably going to be Good Neighbour, Old Corner Bookstore, Old North Church. What's this section over here? That's Diamond City. Cambridge. Is Cambridge a real place? I guess it possibly may be. Anyway, guys, I think that's it. I'm not sure. The Museum of Freedom. We've been there, and I think I've had that in a video. I'm not sure if any of these sites are real sites. What I might do is investigate a bit more, and then come and do some more stuff. There is a place called Hubris Comics, which was quite interesting. That's a good place, Hubris Comics. There's a whole little storyline that goes on inside. If you go in and have a look around, you'll find some stuff. That's pretty awesome. The Dartmouth Professional Building. Now, is that a real place? I don't know.
Come on now.
Oh, holy smoke. Wow. Oh, we've got one of those crazy mad guys. What am I doing? Bob, run, Bob. Oh my god. The finger's not what they were. I got completely confused there on the on what I was trying to press. Anyway, guys, I'll end the video here. That's been a tour of the Freedom. Let me just see where we spawn. Okay, that's fine. Anyway, guys, yeah, that's been a tour of the Boston Freedom Trail. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's just something a bit different. It shows you, I think, hopefully, the level of detail in Fallout 4. You know, the kind of stuff that you'll experience when you play it. It's my game of the year, easily. Probably one of the best games I've ever played. I would say. I know there seems to be some criticism about it. Some people have got some performance issues, which is fine, and then you've got some people complaining about the depth and detail of the world. Some people calling it Fallout 3.1 or 3.5. I don't know where those people are coming from, but everyone's got their opinion, I guess. But anyway, guys, that's it. I really appreciate you watching. Take care, and I'll speak to you again soon.